It's Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is Wednesday, July 25th, 2018. I am back, at least for today, and officially be back next week. But I wanted to see if there'll be a little bit of movement here. I'm home, off of parts of my vacation, I should say, but I still reserve the right to take the rest of July off. That's kind of the thought process behind trading is when you're on vacation, only trade when you are ready to trade. Today I'm ready, as far as ready as I can be, and I want to get adjusted back to trading again. I've already looked at the practice account, and I've been looking at the um, where am I right now? It's day one of $30,000 combine. I'm back in. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just a glutton for punishment. But I had some thought process when I was on my break, and I feel a little bit more secure about what I want to accomplish, and hopefully, creek willing, and was that the Lord willing, the creek don't rise, that I'll get to the back to funded again. One of the thresholds that I haven't been able to bust through right now is since they've aligned the new $2,000. So you have to make $2,000 before you lose 1,500. That's kind of the thought process right now, and I've been close a couple times, but I have not broken through it. And I think if I would take, if I, no, I know, don't think, I know if I'd have taken better trade decisions and not pressed so hard when I got close, I would have made it over that mark. So it's worked to their benefit as far as, to meaning Top Step Trader, uh, to do whatever they're doing. I mean, let's face it, they're in the business to make money, and most traders don't make it. So that's the facts. The facts, and that's not has nothing to do with Top Step Trader. That's just the way trading is. Top Step Trader takes advantage of that situation by offering an opportunity at a low cost. And but still, regardless of how you look at it, 90% of traders don't make it. Actually, the numbers are a lot higher than that. I would tell you that 100% of traders don't make it. It's only the 10% of that 100% that actually make it, the ones that keep on moving and keep going on. The gluttons for punishment, in other words, that keep learning from their mistakes, learning from being humble, learning from humbleness. I mean, there's no greater teacher than getting your ass kicked in the market, in my humble opinion. Yeah, when everything's going great, you don't see mistakes. It's kind of like when I would relate it to winning, as you would think about win's a win's a win, right? It's related to football or baseball, or when you're in a winning streak, no one sees the mistakes that the team is making. What they see is, hey, they're winning. As Pirates were like a 10-game winning streak or whatever. I don't know what they're at as of last night, but I believe my son told me that they were on a 10-game winning streak here recently. And when a team is on a winning streak, you don't want to wake them up, right? You want to keep them, whatever they're doing, you want to let them allow what they're doing, let them do it. But once you come out of that winning streak, some of the things that you thought were like a lucky hit here that drives in a run, well, it was a lucky hit. It wasn't, someone drops a ball, makes an error, and next thing you know, that scores a run. An extra base here or there, especially as it relates to Little League. Throwing the ball around in Little League, this could be the death of a team. I know that was the death of my son's team, their 12-year-old squad. They had a 5-1 lead in one game and gave up in one inning, lost it 6-5 in the bottom of the sixth. They let the other teams, just come in and score. And so they were playing, and you got to finish, right? So I guess that's where I'm going to get at right now. Is you got to finish what you started. So just because you have played 5.5 innings at that point, you still got to finish the game. That last half inning, although you won all the rest of the game, 5.5, it's the end that makes the difference, right? It's that last half inning. It's how you finish the game that makes the most. And in this case, I would tell you that finishing the game is when you're in the funded account. When, yeah, you can be great 5.5 innings as it relates to Little League, and then lose that last half inning. And I think that's where most of my mistakes are coming from, is losing that last half inning. I've been able to get to a funded account many different times, and I've been able to take money away on several occasions. I've been able to take up over 1,000 on one occasion. So I've made some money, but obviously I've spent more to get there. Still, the bottom line that I'm going at, and as it relates to trading, is would I have lost more if I would open up $5,000 accounts here? And I think my humble spirit would say yes. That's what I would tell you, that I'm not, I don't know how I would operate on a $5,000 account and have lost 2,500 of it. I know my past. I know that I've blown out accounts. I've blown out $10,000 accounts. I've made money, a lot more than I've lost. But as it relates to day trading, it's that last barrier that's been holding me back. It's that one thing that I can't say that I've been successful in. I've been successful as a trader in all other realms of trading, but day trading has been elusive. And I'm at that point where either I'm going to put it on the shelf and say, it's just not. I mean, I believe it's good for some people. I still believe that I have the right methodology to approach it as it relates to me and my psyche. I'm not saying that what I do is what's going to be good for you. I'm just saying that it works for me. Trying not to be involved in the market, trying not to scalp the market, trying to make more, a 2 to 3 to 1 in any given trade that I'm putting myself out there. I'm looking to make more, obviously, than I'm willing to lose. And now to come full circle, what I am got set up here is 7p against 2/3 stop. Now 2/3 stop today is 13 ticks. That's up here. So 13 ticks right here. Let me get my handy dandy screen draw tool out. I have to do extra stuff to. And today I've been away from the computer, so I have to remind myself what everything means. Now we're trading the September contract right now. That's the active contract, and will be the active contract until the third week of August. And October will be the one that's coming next. So that's what you see up here. You can notice that when I start screen drawing, everything stops as far as what's going on in the markets. So I have to actually release it so that you can see what's going on. Okay, so just in that short period of time that we've been talking, we see that it went down a little bit. Anyway, so long story short, this is all taken off my spreadsheet that I developed. And not everybody has to have a tool, and this is my tool. I like to look at the GANs, so we can see we're GAN at the 137.5 degree angle on the move up. We can see that 70.04 is in range, and on the downside range we have 67.51. Now extreme range today, you can see based upon the open right now. Now I like to plug in when I'm looking at highs and lows. I like to plug in out the opens, what you look at to start with, right? So our 12p up move is 71.47 to 66.07. That seems to be the down that we could possibly reach. Now, taking into account movement today, so 68.93 to 68.33. I think that's the highs and the lows. So is that about a 450, 60 point range? 60 point range. So the market's been between 68.33 to 93 today, 60 points. So you can see that 7103 is the top of a 12p range on an extreme movement up. And we can see 6623 right now, all things being equal, is the extreme move on the down right now. And that's just a 12p move, an extreme movement that I would be looking at. As far as what I'm waiting on right now, I'm waiting on the inventory report to be released. And the inventory report comes out once a week, normally on a Wednesday. Let's get my Google. And this is set to Central Standard Time, so coming out at 9:30 a.m. is the inventory. So let's take a look and see what's been going on. And you can see that they expected a drawdown and they had a surplus last week. Big changes. And you can see that it's been topsy-turvy in the month of just July. The 3 weeks of July, you see it's gone both directions, and this is one of the most manipulated reports that you can ever see, and that's why you have such range in the crude oil market. You know, one of the articles I read when I was on vacation, sitting in a chair by the poolside, was the crude oil market can do anything. I mean, it can go up. It's a kind of a day trader's paradise in a way, because traders can make money on either side of the market. And I will be back. I need my coffee. All right, so let's see here. Daily. My last trading day was June 28th, and the market was right around here. This was my last trading day that I had, and I took off and up until now. I've looked at the daily charts. That's about as far as it's went, and I've looked at the movements, and we can see that as far as big movements on red bars, you can see we had a big red, well, not huge, but a medium size on July 5th. Then we see a really big move on July 11th, followed by a big move on July 16th. That corresponds with all that Helsinki stuff and the Russian thing and all that other crap that's been going on in the world. So it's been, I would say July's been event-related movement. The inventories have been all over the place as far as the inventory surplus or deficit. They've been on both sides, so you really can't get a bearing on that. And depends on what economist you talk to, whether is the Saudi OPEC going to open up more, going to send out more to keep the supply? Is U.S. opening more to the frackers are able to make money now? It depends on who you're talking to about the supply of oil right now, and I guess that's what makes volatility so good as it relates to the crude oil market. Is volatility is back. As we relates to volatility, what I look at here is are we above 1.5 on the ADR? Yeah, we are. We're at 1.84. So volatility, measurement of volatility is in a decent range. It's not extreme. It's not low. It's right in that decent range that you can make money. Nothing is shabby about making 67 ticks on a 3p move if you catch it right on a one trade win, right? So one trade win, pulling out 67 ticks on one contract, that's the potential of the market today as it relates to the inventory strategy today. Hopefully we'll get more than that, and we'll go from there. So as far as waiting, we are about 4 minutes away from the report release. We see, as it relates to the movement right now, the lows have been posted. Looks like down here at 68.33 in the morning, corresponding with these red bars right here. And then we see the up movement right here. We see another. So right now what we're seeing is support on the red side, buy side right now, or this could be just getting rid of their contracts ahead of time. Now, one of the advantages of being in the combine over any of the others is that you don't have to wait for the economic release to come out. You can trade. I mean, if I wanted to, I could bracket this market right now and take my shot at it, both sides of it. And I've debated about, is that what I want to do in the combine? You know, but the thing is, I can't do it in FTP, and I also can't do that in the funded account. You know, they will clear my account out and say I broke a rule, put me in timeout. I don't know exactly what all that works, but it's not something that I'm willing to risk. So to keep myself honest in the combine, I need to follow the same rules as FTP and the funded account. Personally, I think you should be able to bracket this. You know, here, especially as it relates to this coil right here, you'd want to be underneath this, and you would want to be above the blue line right now. That's what I would tell you that I would bracket. I would bracket above the blue, and I'd bracket below these lows right in here coming into this report release. With that being said, I can easily be wrong. Yeah, you can get knocked out here and get knocked out here. So a market could come down, then take you out, go up, then take you out. And I've seen that happen quite a lot of times too. So you could be sitting down 13, 26 ticks by getting hit on both sides of that too. But what you're looking for is an extreme move that makes up for that. You know, it doesn't look back. So obviously this is this, no, not obviously, you guys probably don't. I mean, it's been a while since I've done any trading related videos. I mean, we're at 2 minutes till. This is a CLPIT strategy. This is historically has been my best trade strategy that I've got on my trading arsenal or trading toolbox. It did not perform well in the month of June. All right, so we're 1 minute away from the release. The most exciting part of the crude oil market is the weekly release of the inventory report. I'm going to try to keep to 3 losses today. $31.73 is the bar. $31.73 is the bar. Coming out at 9:30, blue. This could play into our hands. There it is, 68, 69.35. Is R1. So the low right now is 66. Now it's lower. $57. Gotta wait a minute. Alright, so 55 is the short entry right now. And we're going to wait on a 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to jump in this market. We're trading pivot point to R1. As far as the bar itself, let's measure this bar. Kind of like that short, long above, short below, right? That's not what I want to show. have the dead man's area. Dang nabbit, did it twice now. It's hard to draw a line sometimes when you have very, let's see if we can get it out here somewhere. Here we go. 77. Okay, removing. Making new highs here. $69.02. $69.18 is a new high. If we measure it from the long above, be 68.85. Have we ran a 1P? 1P would be 69.08. We ran the we haven't officially run the R1 line yet. R1's at 35. Remove. $17 to short. $19 to short. $69.35 is new high. Let's measure at 68.85 again. How far has it been up? 69.30 would be a 2P move up, and it's been 2. Long above here, so I could have taken the move most likely right here. Look, it's running out a little bit of steam up here finally. $25.24 to short. $69.37 high. 3P move would bring it to 53, 69.53. So what did the inventory show? $6.1 negative, expecting 2.6 negative million. So it missed the mark again. Missed it by, what's that, 4 million, 3.5 million? So a deficit. So the highest blue bar volume comes in there at 37.21, at 9 at 33 now. $37.21 at 9.33. That was loud. Right on that high right there. A 1P down move for us is 69.01. This is probably the best shot at getting it or not getting it right here. I'm not going to keep trying at the R1 level. Either it wants to break down or it doesn't. 69.01 is a 1P down move. A 3P down move today on entry point is 68.56. So I'm expecting the market to come at least down to here, give us the opportunity to be at a 1P if it has any downward potential at all. Come back down to the break line here. Now if we plug in the high and then we're looking for 69.37 high, and a 3P move off of that is 69. 68.69. A 7P move off of that is 67.79. GAN is at 67.51, so that'll be what I'm hunting for right now, just to have a target. 67.51. always talk about this being the most dangerous part of the trade. It's right here. It's the retracement off of the downward movement where you're in a win, but you're not officially in a win. You're in limbo land. You're waiting to see what the market wants to do. This is, I mean, obviously if you take the win off the table here, you have $100. I have not found a way to trade a one contract trade other than to allow it some space. You've got yourself in what you think is a good position, and you just don't know if it's going to pay off or not. And it comes down to what do we not want to see. Honestly, we don't want to see a move back to R1, right? So we can take a little bit less of a loss. It goes to R1 here. It really, we don't know what side wants to win. All this line in the sand here is a 1p down move right now. Let's move to 29. That's 10 ticks from the blue line now. Actually, it's, hold on. That's twice we've been there. We'll protect 23 now. We don't really want to see it get to 23 now. One trade and done today. That's my goal today. One trade and done. I'll take my 1 tick gain and call it a day if that's all I get. Gonna not worry so much about trying to hit every damn trade. Ease back into trading again. One P run, finally. We'll lock in 3 ticks. 2P move on the way down. This is what we're expecting it to be able to hit down here. A 2P down move. is 92. And that's based upon, wait a minute, we need to plug in the right number here again. Hold on. What was our entry point? 69.24. 68.79. Expecting a bounce here. 68.79. All right. Now it's all about how much profit do we take on the trade. I want at least a 10 tick win. 69.11 is looking pretty good right now. Using the break point of was that 08 break plus 3. Three-P down move is what we're looking for. A 3P down move. 68.57, 68.56, excuse me. Takes us down to the pivot line. Let's go ahead and lock in 1P now. Don't really want to be on the 01, so we'll go up to 60. No, we'll come down now. There's a 3P move we want to lock into, or close to it. I want to lock in the 85, 86 line now. I want to lock in the top of this zone. 83. We really don't want to see above 83, so we'll lock in 84. And the market did move a 3P down, so the CLPIT strategy is successful today. So that would be, if I was trading 2, I'd be out 1 for sure at the 3P move. We're trading a series of 2 contracts. This right here is the exit point. 56 is the actual exit point. So that right there is a 3P down move worth 67 ticks, 68 depending upon where you got entry at. And we're holding above the buy line. So let's go ahead and protect 83 now. Sometimes I get screwed up. We'll call it 82, 81. We really don't want to see a move above. We don't want to see anything above here. The movement's done if it gets above this buy line. Short below. $64 plus 10 is 74, so let's lock in 74. I'm using this high right here, plus 10 ticks. Down to pivot. Can we get lucky? All right, now we're going to hold our 3P line. 4p down to the lows at 33. 34 is a 4p down move, so we went down 4. Let's hold 57. What's that? 58. 59. We'll hold 59. Yeah, this is what sucks sometimes. Just don't know how far to hold it. 3p is a win no matter how you look at it. So this is one contract trading. I'm good with this. Not a bad first day back. And if we get some luck here, maybe with this move will continue on down here. We got 67.51 being our low. I want to plug in the top though. I want to plug in our top 69.37, and I want to look at 12p. Ooh, that market would move down. Look at that. 6667. All right. Let's hit it. We're going to go 67.12. Call it 13. That'll give us 225 tick win on day one, and I'll be in the 1 tick trade after that, moving to FTP. Can always dream, right? Let's go ahead and lock in our 3p now. Alright, so now we want to be at pivot, close to it now. Locking in profit, we'll call it 51. 49. We don't want to see it go above settlement now. Call it 49. We'll go 3 ticks above pivot if it wants to come back. So we know what we're looking for. 67.13 on a down move. Let's plug in the. Actually, let's hold that now. We'll use the high targets to help us out here now. The 5p down move is 24 from the highs. So from the highs, we've been down 5p. As I like to say, every so often the squirrel gets the nut. Let's just make sure I'm in the right account. Yes, I am. Not in the practice, thank God. Let's go 5 ticks above. 5 above pivot. It's a win no matter how we look at it, because I think it was 56 or was our win, right? Get 70 plus ticks on this trade. That's not a bad day. All right, here's the fight at the pivot. What's 2 more ticks, right? Hold 53, it's force it to get to settlement. Blue line plus 10 is 52. We will hold settlement. Oh, I hate doing that. We'll hold 53 settlement. Screw it. We'll hold 51. You can see me. I'm debating between 51 and 53. What difference does it make? Well, $20. So we'll hold 53. That'll at least put it 3 ticks higher than the 49. Knocked out there. Plus 71. Not bad first day back. Sure could have liked the scene a lot more. That would have been a pretty good exit on the second contract, by the way. Pulling out 140 ticks off of 2 contracts or 2 trades. Being able to take that both out there, that would have looks like could be done going to the downside back to the sell line. Could be all she wrote to the short right now. Looking at the overall market right now, what did it do? I mean, it just did what the crude oil market loves to do, right? It went up and then came all the way back down. So it ran at highs, it's run its lows. Now it's going to settle in where? Right in here. Going to settle in the 6,800 level, 6,900. Where is it going to settle in? Where is it? Above pivot, below pivot. I guess that's what we need to look at today. Really, I'm done on my trading day. But where's the market going to settle in at? Is it going to be above pivot or below pivot when the trading day is over? Let's see what tomorrow brings as far as that goes. I'm going to try to be a little bit more patient, as you can see on my trading. Well, you can't really see, but I was going to be patient on my trading. I had a 1 trade win today. It was nice. It was a good day back. So it just goes to show you that the market will give and it will take. So the up move here was worth a 2p move. When I talked about it, it was worth 2. 53, I believe, would have been a 3p move. So it was worth 2 on the up, 3 on the down. So I like trading the short side a lot better than the long side because of stuff like this, what you're seeing right now, those red bars. This is a 5-minute chart right now that we're looking at. But once it made its high up here, we're able to catch most of this move on the way down. And then we got caught on the retracement back. Will it stop here? Will it keep going? Who knows? Ideally, when it was down here, that was the best chance for us to continue the run and get down a lot lower. If it wanted to go, this would have been the time that people wanted to really sell the market off. This would have been, yeah, they sold here. Once they got up here, this is where I wanted to be in. This is where they bought it, obviously, now that we can look back and say, okay, they bought it down here and they drove it up. But are they just driving it up to be able to sell it off at a higher mark and then bring it back down? That's the questions that you really don't have answers for a lot of times.
outside of volume. Volume is that key that I found that works best for me. And when I read it correctly, I see myself in the winning circle, or the winner circle more than the losing circle when I read volume correctly. Now, what I read in volume today at entry point was all these blues, right? Here's your blues. So I mean, I'm looking at these blue lines, and I'm saying to myself, all right, we have a topping pattern coming in. I want to be on the short side. This is where I was short, and I was able. This is 1 and a 2p move, and then we talked about the 3p move down here to the 56 mark. I believe we got out at right there at the 53. So we were able to get what was that? 3 ticks greater than 3p today. So that wasn't too bad of a trade, I don't think. And then you can see where we're at right now. We're trading in that what I would call the no man's land now. We're trading in the area that the market it made it all the way back here into no man's land. I would certainly not be holding anything at this point in time. This would have been my mark at last resort. I would have held it right here at the 50, 60, was that 64 line? And above that mark, I'd have been out. So regardless, I would be flat at this point because I wouldn't have wanted to see the market get back above the sell line after it got below it significantly. So what we know about today is that the market went up and it went down, and now it's going back up. That's really all we know about the market. We took advantage I think I took advantage of the best trading opportunity that was offered to me during the session, and I was able, fortunately, to pull out 71 ticks, as you can tell, on that trade. So I'm going to get going here. That's it for me today. This is Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video I put together. Bye for now.